Hello, it's me again. Um, and sorry, notes. Um, so in today's video, we're going to be talking about mindset rules. And um, and we're looking specifically at job hunting. What are sort of the mindset beliefs or the rules that you need to have for yourself when you're looking for a job or even when you're looking for an internship? And I struggled with this for a long time. There was a phase where I was not in the right mindset, and I had all these sort of beliefs that in my mind or that I had adopted that were, like things like, oh, how am I going to find a job? I don't know anyone here in this country in terms of like finding referrals or networking, or I don't have access to like career, what are those things called? The career events, I forgot what they're called. But like the events that they have at universities. And also like, oh, like people are going to see that I'm from an Indian university, and then they're just gonna recruiters are going to look at my profile and be like, oh, she's an international student. And if you're an international student, that's totally fine. It's just that I had these beliefs that it would be more difficult for me to get sort of a job in the States, just because sponsorship and stuff like that. So I had all these sort of set of beliefs and sort of a more negative mindset when it came to like finding internships or finding jobs. And so I do truly believe that 70% of the game or the job hunting process is your mindset. And if you don't have the right mindset, it is going to be extremely difficult. It's going to be a very difficult process for you to get the job or the sort of role that you're looking for. And so I am going to be directing everyone to this video first, because I do feel like this is so important. It's so critical. And I feel like this is something that we all miss, because we're just so focused about getting that job, getting that internship. But like, no, wait, just hold up. Think about what are your belief systems regarding job hunting in general. And I'm going to talk about, I think, yes, five beliefs or mindset rules that I want to call that I had when I started internship, well, not internship hunting. I'll be very honest, like when I was internship hunting, I don't think I had these belief systems, not at least all of them. I was more like, hope I get something. If I don't get something, I will figure something out. Okay. But when I was job hunting, or like, I think I slowly developed this mindset over time. And so number one is getting a job or an internship is inevitable. It is bound to happen. So when I was looking for jobs in the beginning of August, I'm just like, I have no other option. I have to get a job. Like, there is no way that I will not get a job. Like, you just don't have any other option. And just realizing that just makes it seem like, yeah, dude, like it's gonna happen. It's bound to happen. How can it not happen? Right? Getting a job is inevitable. I just will not accept not having something. So when you start looking at it that way, things just becomes a little bit easier, where it's like, okay, like, yeah, I can do this. It's gonna happen. There's no other option. So get that in your head that, like I'm gonna get an internship. I'm gonna get a job. There's no other option. Then the second one, this one is so important. And I feel like we all forget about this. Know your worth. Like, seriously, job searching is a two-way street. You're not just looking, it's not just about the company looking at you, but also you looking at the company, you looking at if it's the right fit for you. You want to look at things like, is it the role that you want? A software engineer at one company is very different than a software engineer in a different company. The tools they use, the team, how big the teams are, like what is important to you? Start asking those questions, because then you know what it is you want. You're not just like accepting any job or you need to just realize that it's as equally as important to you to find the right company for yourself as it is for the company to find the right person for them, right? So look into things like, would you fit into that culture? And I think knowing your worth is like just knowing that, just trusting in yourself, trusting in your skills, knowing that you are going to be an amazing employee at this company or whatever company it is that you're trying to get. And just realizing that you have to know your worth. And if you don't, it shows. It literally shows during interviews. And yeah, just realize it's a two-way process. It's a two-way process. Please try to understand that. And start looking into things like what that role actually consists of, right? You want to see if you are going to be doing things on a day-to-day basis that you're actually going to enjoy. And I feel like a lot of people just apply to things randomly, just hoping to get something in return, but that's not how you want to do it. You want to do it in a way that's right for you, something that you're going to enjoy. Like, come on, you're going to be in this company for the next probably at least 2 to 3 years, right? And so you want to find some place that you're going to enjoy. You want to find a team that you're going to, love to be with. And so my third one is that this one's a bit of a cliche, okay? And I resonate with it. And it's that rejection is redirection. Every time I would get a rejection from any company, I would not think about it even twice. I'd be like, oh, okay, all right, that probably wasn't for me, right? So I never was like, oh my God, another rejection. I'm not good enough. I'm not worthy. They didn't like me. And let me tell you guys, out of for job hunting, I applied to like probably 11 companies and I interviewed with probably 4 to 5. And so these 7 companies that rejected me, I just didn't feel bad about it. Like, obviously it's like, oh, okay, another rejection. So it's okay. It's not a big deal, but it's just redirecting you into the right role for you, the right company for you. And I think that what happens is we get all these rejections and we feel like we put it onto ourselves, and that's not the right way to go, just because it doesn't say anything about you, right? It doesn't say that you're not the best software engineer, you're not the best UX researcher. No, but we sort of look at it that way. And that's where it's sort of like messed up, because it doesn't really say anything about you. It just meant that, I don't know, maybe that it wasn't the right company culture fit, and that's okay too. Then the fourth one is, okay, this one is a little interesting because it's a little bit difficult to not do this. Sorry, I've been talking for a while. But it is to not get attached, okay? And I know this one can be really difficult, especially when you apply to dream companies that you've been wanting for like ever. Okay, that was a little, See, I feel like I'm talking to myself and I feel like I can just do all these stupid weird things, but I'm sorry about that. Well, not really, but okay, whatever. So not getting attached. So when we get attached to things, then what happens is that as humans, we tend to sort of have this feeling of fear as well that occurs with it. So when we're attached to the outcome of if the company is going to accept, me as a candidate, or if they're not, because I love that company, we start building this fear. And when we start building this fear, we're not actually performing at our best self, right? And I guess it's really difficult because, like, obviously if I'm applying to like dream companies like Disney or Ideal, like I know that I love them, but like I don't think I would be attached where it's like, okay, if I didn't get it, I would feel devastated. I just think that, it probably just wasn't the right fit right now. And I also feel like when you're attached, it kind of shows. Like, I think interviewers, they're so like it kind of shows that, you, in a way, that you really want this role, and that's not bad. Like, I think being nervous and wanting a role is really important because that should also show to a certain extent. But you want to be like super confident about yourself. You want to be like, I know me, I know my skills, I know my worth. Again, coming back to knowing your worth, you know, I know that I'm just going to get a job that I really like and I'm not going to settle, but also that I'm not going to get attached to any specific outcomes. And so try not to get attached. Just do that because it just has, you have like a different sort of aura around you then where it's mm, like, yeah, I know I can, I'm going to be applying to companies. If I don't get attached or if I don't get this specific company, it's okay because I know that number one, getting a job is inevitable. There's no other option. And then my last one is to keep an open mind. I think this one's really important because when you keep an open mind, in a way, you're telling, well, not telling, you're telling the universe, okay, in a way, in like Google language, you're telling the universe that you're open to accepting anything, right? Or accepting things that you want. So, for example, what I'm trying to say with keeping an open mind. So, when I was job hunting, there was this one opening for a specific job, and it was for a recruiting agency. And me being me, I knew that like I did not want to work for a recruiting agency for whatever my reasons are. But when I read their job poster, I was like, so they had something called like innovation labs. And I was like, oh my God, that's interesting. Like I'm gonna apply, just see what happens. Okay. I had an open mind. And it turns out that that recruiting agency was actually recruiting for a larger or a different client. And the client was a customer experience company. And if anyone knows me at all, they know that I'm a like customer focused person. And I was like, oh my God. And I went through the interview process, and I'm actually going to be working with that specific company starting in a few weeks. But my point to telling you all this is that if I was just like, no, I just want customer-based companies, I just want these dream companies, and I didn't keep an open mind, then I would have never applied to this company. And I think having an open mind is just really important because it just allows you to take in more, it allows you to be more flexible in a way, right? I think all of these are so important. I wish that I had realized how much mindset played a role during job search. And like, another thing that I really want to point out is that people tell you to apply to like 500 companies, or they tell you to apply to 100 companies and you're going to hear back from only 2 to 3. No, you don't need to do that. You really don't need to do that. You just need to know, like, have these mindset goals. You need clarity on what it is that you're actually looking for. And I probably will do a separate video on that, but I'm going to do that later. But again, repeating the 5 mindset rules. Getting a job is inevitable. There's no freaking other option. Knowing your worth, just know who the heck you are. And if you feel like you're in a place where you're like, I know that I have a lot of potential, but I'm not confident, then you need to build that confidence. And the ways you can do that is to work on other side projects and do things that make you feel more confident as a person. I think, had I done job hunting before doing my American Airlines internship, I think I would have not been as it wouldn't have been as easy, just because I had more confidence in myself. I knew that like, okay, I worked on this project that I'm very, very proud of, and I knew that I had value. I knew that I had skills to show and demonstrate, and it just made it easier for me. So if you're like, I don't know, like in projects, like what projects do I want to work on? Look around you, look around. There's literally a lot of different things you could potentially do. For example, maybe a local bakery and they have a website and you want to revamp it. And like if you're a designer, you could revamp it. If you're a software engineer, you can work on the front end, the back end. There's so many different things you could really figure out for yourself. But yeah, you want to build that confidence. Then rejection is redirection. The cliche, but you don't want to look at rejection as if it's something where you're at fault or you're not worthy or you're not good enough. It's not, it's just another redirection. Like, okay, this wasn't meant for you. You're bound to find something because getting a job is inevitable and you're going to get it. And then 4, don't get attached. Just don't get attached because it creates feelings of fear and it sort of shows. And you just know that things are going to work out eventually. And also keeping an open mind about things while you're job hunting. But yeah, these are the 5 mindset rules. I might make a worksheet or like a image, something like that, just so you guys can keep it and remind yourself about these mindset rules later. I don't know when I'm going to do that because I won't be traveling, but hopefully sometime soon. I won't upload this video until I make something. But yeah, I hope that this is helpful. The next video is actually going to be for those who are job hunting, and it's going to be, we're going to be looking at something like networking and how do you get the job that you want ASAP? Like, how do you actually go into LinkedIn? And we're going to be doing an actual like, we're going to be like, actually, that's going to be more of a interactive thing instead of me just sort of ranting to you guys. But yeah, I think this is really important. Like I said, I think 70% of your mindset is the game to job hunting. So yeah, I hope I will see you guys next time. Bye.